£500 million spent. 8 players in, 12 players out. Overall, a pretty successful window. Although we did overpay on a couple of them. Starting off with the outs, we have Brandon Williams, who moved to Crystal Palace for £10 million. Barely played for us last year, and at his age of 22, wasn't going to develop anymore. So thank you very much, Crystal Palace. Dean Henderson's gone off to Lille for £7 million. At his age, he wasn't going to push David De Gea for first choice, and on a lot of money, I think 100 grand a week. Way too much for a backup, so he is off to France. Diogo Dalot's gone to PSG for £30 million. Both him and Wan-Bissaka had pretty average years last year, and I don't think he was going to develop much more, so £30 million, thank you very much. Next up is Victor Lindelof, who's gone to Tottenham Hotspur for £20 million. At 29 years of age and on quite a bit of money, he was only going to be our 5th or 6th choice with the transfers I've brought in, so not ideal to sell him to Tottenham, but I don't think they'll be troubling us this year. Hey, no way. Fred has gone to Middlesbrough in the Championship. Brentford came in for him for £10 million, but he didn't want to go there. He'd rather go to Middlesbrough, who only offered £3 million, so thanks, Fred. Axel Tuanzebe's gone to Fiorentina for £5.75 million. It was part of the loan agreement when we sent him out last year, and it was definitely undervalued, so a bit of a mistake on my end. But no going back, so thank you, Axel. Alex Telles has gone to Almeria for £8 million. Now he's 30 years old, on quite a bit of money, was only going to be 3rd choice. Didn't play for us last year, so thought it best to move him on. Another player we never got to use was Eric Bailly, who's made his loan move permanent to Olympique Marseille for £8.5 million. Yeah, 29 years of age, again, would have been 5th or 6th choice centre-back, so good deal. Next up was Donny van de Beek, who's gone to Roma for £9.75 million. Last year was a squad player, and again, with the players we've brought in, was always going to be at least 3rd or 4th choice, so made sense to move him on, so good luck, Donny. Arsenal came in with £40 million for Anthony Martial. So he's gone to Napoli on loan, because he'd rather do that than go to London, apparently. He played 22 games for us last year in the league, scoring 11 goals, a very good return to be honest, but on £250,000 a week. His mentals are okay in some places, but then poor work rate, vision's not great, but determination and work rate, the main ones, definitely could have been improved upon, and I think we did, so I'm fine with that. So this happened. Real Madrid have loaned in Harry Maguire. Not sure why. We tried to get rid of him. I think Fulham actually made a bid of about 25 million, but he's on way too much money, so he didn't want to go there. He'd rather go to Real Madrid, and I do not blame him, to be honest. Speaking of players that earn way too much money, Casemiro's gone to Newcastle. Looking at his form from last year, a 6.83 overall, 19 yellow cards, so he was suspended for about 5 games. 31 years old, and he thinks, I'd like more money, please. He wants £350,000 a week. So, no. Newcastle have come in and, yeah, take him off my hands. We are still paying £210,000 a week. Forget about that. So those are all the outs. Now who do we bring in to fill in those spaces to propel us to Champions League glory? Jude Bellingham, that's who we've brought in. Obviously this player needs no introduction, everyone knows who he is, 20 years of age, English, a phenomenally well-rounded player, a circle of a polygon for his attributes. £105 million. Dortmund, that's what they wanted, and to be honest, it's not my money, so take it. Next up was Giorgio Scalvini, who we bought for £42 million from Atalanta. Now, last year he had an okay season, but to be honest, he's 19 years of age, 5-star potential, brought in to play a centre-back or ball-playing defender, professional personality. This guy is going to be ridiculous. He's going to be a mainstay for the next 10 years, if I was here for 10 years, but even now, he's definitely going to be straight into the first team, playing next to Varane. A phenomenal player. Now we brought in Pierre Kalulu from AC Milan. He's going to be replacing Diogo Dalot as that wing-back on the right-hand side, but also covering as a centre-back for any injuries or whatever we have, and actually can play on the left wing, so a good, versatile defender. But yeah, a very well-rounded wing-back or centre-back, great mentals, 16 determination, resolute personality, all those pros in his report, 0 cons, 23 years of age, only 100 grand a week, a brilliant signing, except for the fee, £108 million. Now I know what you're thinking, wow, this video is great, how can I show my appreciation? Well, I'll tell you how, kind viewer. You could leave a like, or you You could subscribe if you haven't already, or you could comment, you know, what player have you massively overspent on? But £108 million for Pierre Kalulu. To be honest, I just liked saying his name, you know, Kalulu, Pierre Kalulu, and I thought, you can't put a price on that. Although you can, it's £108 million. Now, since the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, we needed a striker who could reliably bag us some goals. So we brought in Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus for £90 million. Now, he had a great year for Juventus in Serie A last year, getting 20 goals in 30 games. And looking at him, again, he's very well-rounded, just like all the other transfers. It was between him or Victor Osimhen, and I think Osimhen maybe outbeat him in his pace and acceleration. But other than that, it was a clean sweep for Vlahovic. He was cheaper as well, actually, and yeah, he is definitely, I'd say, a pretty good signing. Not overpaying, I don't think. £90 million for this is kind of what you have to pay. 23 years old. Brilliant. Look at that cheeky grin there, you little rascal. Now, with the departure of Anthony Martial and loaning out some of the youngsters on the wing, such as Elanga, Diallo and Garnacho, we needed some more depth. So we've gone for Ansu Fati from Barcelona. Comparing him to Anthony Martial, and he's a much better player. Better mentally, better technically, maybe lacking a bit in the physicals, but he's 7 years younger than Martial, so you'd imagine those would definitely improve. But yes, £85 million, Ansu Fati. Going to be playing on the left wing, can play up front as well if there's an injury, or on the right wing, all naturally. 16 determination, spirited personality. I think it's pretty good signing. And I don't think I overpaid, so that's that's new. With Martin Dubravka's loan ending and going back to Newcastle, we needed a backup goalkeeper. So Gavin Bazunu has been brought in for Southampton, only 21 years old, plenty of potential, so I can even imagine him pushing David De Gea for a first team place. It was £15.5 million from Southampton. We did look at Meslier and Sanchez from Leeds and Brighton since they both got relegated, but I think Gavin Bazunu is in a much better position to be pushing David De Gea this year. Plenty of pros, barely any cons, just a dressing room situation. But yeah, 15 determination, resolute, 21 years old, £15 million. Brilliant signing. Brilliant signing, if you don't mind me saying. Raiding Atalanta's centre-backs again, we brought in Caleb Okoli for £22 million. Now, he had an okay year last year, but he's only 22 years of age, playing in the centre-back role. A lot of 15s here in the key areas, so increase those a bit, and then there is a lot more yellow on here. Good pros, the cons are not too of a issue. But yeah, I think as a fourth choice centre-back, third or fourth choice centre-back, definitely a good acquisition. If you don't mind me saying, I mean, I'm rating myself, apparently. Now, following the relegation of Brighton, we brought in one of their hottest prospects in Moises Caicedo. He has a relegation release clause of £30 million, which we activated, which is a steal for a 21-year-old engine of a midfielder. Again, very well-rounded, maybe lacking a bit aerially, but that's not going to be an issue for him. Going to be playing more than likely as a ball-winning midfielder in that defensive midfield role, but can play in that box-to-box, or again, even a ball-winning midfielder just pushed further up. But yeah, 21 years of age, £30 million, already settled in England, can speak English very well, I hope. Fluent in English. Perfect. So that wraps up our transfer window for now, which leaves the team looking like this. De Gea in goal, Kalulu and Shaw as the wing-backs, Scalvini and Varane at centre-back. Bellingham is currently a ball-winning midfielder in the defensive midfield position. I feel like that's not the best of his capabilities, but I need to get him into this team. So we may be pushing forward into a position like this, maybe swapping around, change the roles. But for this first game against Liverpool, need to bring him back deeper. Milinkovic-Savic still holding that midfield position. Sancho now on the right wing, Ansu Fati on the left wing, with Fernandes behind Vlahovic, which leaves the bench looking like this. Wan-Bissaka, Okoli, Malacia, McTominay, Caicedo, Anthony, Hannibal, who's come back off of his loan. Hannibal, even. Again, I mean, brilliant potential. He can definitely play in the middle, or in that advanced playmaker role behind the striker, or on either wing, which is a great, versatile player. Christian Eriksen, Marcus Rashford, Gavin Bazunu, Martinez and Barbosa, who's currently out for 4 to 7 weeks, picked up an injury in pre-season, but that leaves us looking like this. First game of the season, we are currently predicted to finish fourth, we've dropped down. Manchester City, Liverpool and Chelsea apparently are going to be better than us this year. Have they done anything good? No, not really. Today is going to be the first Premier League game of the season at home against Liverpool, a real test of how we've developed in the transfer window. We beat Manchester City 2-0 in the Community Shield, 2 late goals from Anthony and Christian Eriksen. But let us see if we can beat Liverpool and put up a battle for the Premier League title. The aim this year, Premier League, Champions League, victorious. So there we line up as expected. And Liverpool, have they made any major transfers? Still the same, similar, only difference being Evan Nilsson, who's joined them up front from Porto. The first highlight of the game is 40 minutes in, there's been nothing so far, and it's Liverpool to bring the ball out from the back. Now Luis Diaz into Evan Nilsson, and now can they do anything? A lovely through ball to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is one-on-one with De Gea. Luis Diaz, good save by De Gea. But that was an easy chance for them, that should not have been available to them. There it is, half-time, just the one highlight, a very, very even game. Plenty of shots for us, but not many on target, so probably something to look at. No, I'm not happy with what I've seen. It's going to be a corner now. Bruno Fernandes to put it in. 56 minutes gone. The first highlight for Manchester United. It's headed away by Liverpool, and now Curtis Jones can break for Liverpool, but no, Scalvini's going to get that back and recover the ball. Varane, lovely through ball to Ansu Fati. Fati, volleys it just wide of the post, but a great chance there. Ansu Fati putting it wide. Alexander-Arnold tackled by Fati, and then Jones back to Alisson Becker. But Sergej Milinkovic-Savic cuts it out. Through ball to Sancho. Sancho, can he finish it? He's put it wide. That was an agonisingly close chance. We've got 20 minutes to go. It's 0-0. Not many chances, to be honest. Maybe we should think about changing something here. A corner for Liverpool now. Robertson to put it into the box. Can we head it away? We can, and Eriksen now can break. Eriksen, he's got plenty of men at the front. There's the beautiful set pieces set up there. Eriksen now breaking on the left wing. Plenty of men in the box. Can he find anyone? He finds Anthony at the back post, and it's 1-0. Christian Eriksen to Anthony at the back post. 15 minutes to go. And it's a brilliant counter-attack from Liverpool's corner, and Man United now lead 1-0. Excellent work there. Following that, I'm just going to bring Moises Caicedo further back, try and solidify that, and keep this 1-0. As Evan Nilsson going to find the run of Mohamed Salah. Shaw just jumped in the air for no reason. Salah, brilliant save by De Gea. Absolutely incredible save after Shaw's stupid jump there. 5 minutes to go. Alisson Becker goes along to Diogo Jota, but Rafael Varane heads it out, and now Milinkovic-Savic. Out wide to Eriksen. It's got support from Shaw, but it's through to Rashford. Rashford out wide to Shaw now, and there's plenty of men in the middle. Through to Eriksen. Eriksen, what a fantastic finish by Eriksen. Curled into the bottom corner. I think that's going to count. It's going to be 2-0. 2-0. What a fantastic ball through by Shaw, and an even better curling finish by Christian Eriksen to give us a 2-0 lead and a 2-0 win. A 2-0 win against Liverpool. That is fantastic. A clean sheet as well. Those are hard to come by. Nice work, everyone. I'm absolutely chuffed. Just like you, Varane. Parked the bus, apparently. I don't think we did. We scored. There we are then. A 2-0 win against Liverpool. Leaves us 3 points clear at the top of the table. I don't care if it's only been one game. 3 points above Manchester City. I will take that now. So in terms of when we're back next, depending on who we get drawn with in the Champions League, I'm thinking around the October-November time. See how the fixtures fall. Maybe the Bournemouth-Southampton games. A South Coast double header to see who really is the best South Coast teams. Still in League One. Now, if you enjoyed this, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the Manchester United series. And also leave a comment about what transfers you think I might have ever spent on. Would you spend £108 million on Pierre Kalulu? Oh dear. Oh Harry, what have they done to you? Covering your face up with Oliver Skip's name because they're embarrassed that they signed you.